Here's something organizations do constantly and then act surprised by the results. We take a person who's genuinely excellent at the work, the strongest clinician, the sharpest analyst, the one everybody relies on, and we reward them the way organizations reward people. We promote them, usually into a supervisory or a management role. And on paper, nothing looks amiss, right? The position is filled, the seat has a name in it. If you're counting capacity the way most organizations count it, capacity is intact. But look at what actually just happened. We took someone who was hired, developed, and rewarded for their functional expertise, and we placed them in a role that requires something almost entirely different. Leading people, giving feedback that lands, making decisions with no clean answer, and then living with them, holding a team steady through uncertainty while feeling anything but steady themselves, absorbing pressure from above and translating it into something that their people can actually carry. That is not an extension of their old job. It's a different profession. And most of the time, we hand it over with a title change or a word of congratulations and very little else. No real preparation, no scaffolding, no one standing close by while they find their footing, just expectation and a quiet assumption that if they were good enough to get promoted, then they're good enough to figure the rest out. Mostly it doesn't transfer because it was never the same skill. So the new manager improvises, right? They copy the last manager they had, good or bad. They white knuckle it, and then they develop private, low-grade certainty that everyone else got a manual that somehow they missed. And then when they struggle, we reach for a phrase. We like to call it a skills gap. I want to be careful here because that phrase does something dishonest. It puts the shortfall in them, as if they showed up deficient. They did not show up deficient. We asked someone to become somebody new and gave them nothing to become it with. The gap was never inside the manager. The gap is in what we handed them. And this isn't a soft observation. It's one of the most expensive things organizations do, because the manager is where strategy either becomes real or it quietly dies, where a leadership team's decisions turn into what a person actually does on a Tuesday, right? If that layer is full of people doing a job nobody taught them, then everything above it is landing on unstable ground, no matter how good the thinking was. The honest reframe costs us our surprise, right? So if we stop saying skills gap and started saying we asked people to do a job we never taught them, we couldn't act shocked anymore. We'd have to look at the thing we skipped, and then we could actually build it, because the job can be taught. The scaffolding can be built. The floor we forgot to put under people can be put there. A little late, but not too late. None of this is the manager's failing. It's ours sometimes for handing over a profession and calling it a promotion. But it's also ours to fix.